since Matt and I can't really come up with any decent questions to ask you, we do have a few questions from our loyal listeners who were absolutely thrilled and honored that after all these years of us trying to get you on this show.
All these years?
Well, actually, you've been on twice. You're now a third timer.
You're like a savvy
You should
vet.
not lie to your loyal listeners about me never coming on the show. It makes me look even worse than me coming on the show one time because, you don't
You're a third
who
timer.
you associate with.
It's
is,
right.
you know,
It's all about, it's the caste system.
You now join JPR and Sebia.
Yes.
You join JPR and CB and John Gibbons as the only three timers on the
we're
show.
all three J's. Is there something to that?
Probably, somewhere.
Maybe. Matt, you have a question for Joe?
I just want to
do.
say something really quick to Brian
Yes.
Leach.
Yes.
Never mind.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay, actually, thank you, Brian, for inspiring me with that song. I'm appreciate your appreciation, and I thought it had lovely vocals, and it reminded me. You should probably check the copyright on that because it sounded eerily similar to a
Candle in the Wind?
no.
Oh,
Okay. Something else, but I think
Something from Beethoven, maybe?
I think John Elton. There was a song.
You know Elton John's first name?
Oh, yeah,
real
it
name?
switched. Clarence?
No, Elton John's real name. Matt, do you know this one?
it's like,
Reginald Dwight.
oh, Elton was a
Now,
better choice.
if you were a rock star and you were Reginald
Which I
Dwight,
am.
right? Would you not keep that instead of going to Elton John?
Reginald Dwight. That's kind of a
It's a country name,
there's
isn't
a
it?
lot of consonants.
Yes.
In that, it's really like punchy.
All right.
But I remember seeing. Do you know Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
He did this really funny comedy like sketch with him and Elton John on stage, and he was making fun of his name, and he's just like, why not John Elton? Like he was like,
That makes
saying,
sense.
Your name's backwards. Why is that? But I mean, it does kind of stand out. So
I would have stuck with Reginald, man.
can
That's
you please-
awesome.
Joe, speaking of standing out. All right, Matt, ask him a question, will you?
All
how
right.
come
so-
you guys don't have your heels on? I was the only one to
Yes, you're not wearing your flats, Joe.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so the first question is from one Brian Leach. Are you ready? Do you want to read
can
the
you
own
skip
question
that
to
one?
yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Have you
one?
ever?
Never have I. Oh, sorry. Have you ever considered writing a song or poem on your own about Barry? Why or why not? Well, we'll start with the why not and end with the why not.
Okay.
Postscript. Please join Twitter!
yes.
Exclamation
Yeah,
point.
many of our listeners are wondering. Oh,
And then
sorry.
What is all,
There's
the,
also- there's-
what is all the swear words down here?
oh, yeah, those. Yes, I'll have to delete
is that
those.
your personal notes?
It is. Yes.
Um,
So the first question was,
why not?
have
Because first of all, no. Second of all, why not? I think that a person like him needs to be contained.
Yes.
I feel like he
compartmentalized.
I mean, look, you
even.
can see him it's just going.
It's not good.
The gears are turning
good.
right now.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in the right direction, but he's thinking about his cat. He's thinking
Yes,
about
probably.
I should have lint rolled myself before coming on my
My wife said the same thing.
television show. You're like a big ball of it, though. Like I think if he lint rolled himself, he might just roll himself.
He might.
The thing.
He might. Yes.
It might just completely combust.
Yeah.
Next question, man.
Wait, I'm beginning to list reasons of why I would not write a song.
We're still on question one.
I've never written a song.
You should.
Honestly, maybe it's because I'm self-conscious that it wouldn't be very good. And hey, we both kind of have some reddish beards.
We do. Except this is white. This is what happens when you have
okay.
kids, man.
It's not a big deal.
Kids
It's not important.
kids do it to you.
I think that if he played harder to get and didn't ask me to come on his show once every
2 weeks.
couple hours,
Yeah.
I would maybe feel compelled to do it.
You're lying, but that's okay.
Okay, yeah, we can go with that.
All right.
Next question.
I don't know. I think that I wouldn't be. It wouldn't be up to the standard that I would expect of myself.
All right. Next question from
And
anime.
also, he's kind of boring.
He really is. Yes, truthfully. Do you want to read it or should I read it?
You can read it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
I
this-
want to see if you can read how well you can read.
All right. So this is Anime Elliot. She's from
Anime.
Anime.
Oh, but not spelled the same.
No. But cool spelling though, eh? All right. So if you were one of the colors in a 64 pack of Crayola crayons,
Beige.
you would be beige. Now, Anime says that she would be burnt umber. That's a
I have
color.
beige. I think I like beige because it's safe.
Yeah.
Do you actually still have your Crayola crayons?
I probably do. I think I placed them in that dumpster in the same one where I put your
Right.
shirt.
The T-shirt.
So I know right where they are.
So that means
Unless
the white shirt is probably now beige.
It might be it might be a lot of colors. It might be burnt umber.
Beige would be best case scenario, I'm assuming.
It's probably a mix of a lot of things.
We were
Not
s-
even crayons.
We were
you know?
speculating that the previous Out of the Park T-shirt was used for wiping of areas. That's what we speculated anyway.
Like wiping tears.
Okay,
For how
okay.
grateful you are.
Tears of a clown.
If there
a good
are
song.
clowns around and
That's
they need
tears.
wipes, yes, absolutely.
All right, you ready for the next one?
No, but go ahead.
All right. Susan Ross. Hi, Joe. Where have you not traveled to that is on your list of places to travel?
My house, for starters.
Yeah, we'll go with that as one place I've definitely not been because that would be weird and wouldn't want to say it on a out of the park show. Let's see, where have I not been? Kokomo.
Have many been to Kokomo? I haven't been to Kokomo.
The Beach Boys have been to Kokomo. You familiar with that song?
Yes, yeah, I've always wanted to, but I've never been there.
And Uncle Jesse performed on that, by the way.
I've never been in a state of utter panic.
Okay. How about Nirvana?
Although
Have you been
I'm
to Nirvana?
close at this point. Nirvana,
Good
no.
job.
I've never been outside of my body
Okay.
in kind of a third person state. Let's see. I've never been to a guitar center.
Ever?
We could change that.
You've never been to a guitar center?
I mean, you could try. I probably wouldn't let you do that.
Joe, when you get back to Toronto, because we know it's going to happen, we need you.
Also Italy. I'd like to go to Italy.
Oh.
You could come to see one of the gigs
anime.
that our band plays. Because Matt and I, as you may or may not know,
band?
we are a
do.
Tom Petty tribute band, and I was trying to show you this
you
picture.
really?
That is a picture of me as Tom Petty.
Oh.
Sexy,
Is
eh?
that your cat on your head?
It is.
Oh wait, no,
is.
here it is. Oh, you gotta show this. Can we show this?
It's me kissing my cat.
We're walking.
Yeah.
We're walking.
Well, yeah, my cat loves me, Joe.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's the culprit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love him. You literally were going through my private. Here, look, there's another one. Look how much that cat
So
loves
we
me.
are currently.
He looks like he's getting crushed and he can't
It's a
move.
she.
She
And look, there's the dog.
she needs to do the me #me too. Oh, there's a dog.
Wow.
I mean, he's all over.
It's-
Look
yeah,
at it.
there's
I love
a-
my pets.
There's a.
That one is her name's Autumn.
And she's a real
Autumn.
sweetie.
Wow, that's a lovely name. That's
It
kind
is.
of like a human-y name for
Yes.
a cat. I met these people who were dog watching a dog, and the dog's name was Mackenzie.
That's a good name.
I thought that's a lot for a pet. You know,
3
It's
syllables.
even a lot for a person. Like it's not a
Right.
bad name for a person.
Right.
It's a cool. It's
Be
like
a genie. 3 syllables, right?
Sure, but like Mackenzie, like here's the dog. What's his name? And Spot or something.
Right.
It's like it's Mackenzie, and
Yeah.
it's like
You know,
very-
if-
it's like wow. That's
If
a
you
lot
were to
for-
call a dog anything, you should call the dog Stay.
could you put that in the trash can, please?
That's nasty.
Yeah, right? Call the dog Stay. Come, Stay. And the dog's confused.
But would the dog already have a preconception of what stay means?
I don't know.
Let's see that.
It was just merely spitballing here,
Okay.
right?
Well,
Matt, are there any
try to
more
keep the
questions
spit
from our?
inside?
We do, yes. But Joe is off on a tangent here. All right, so you ready for
Who's
this?
off on a tangent?
Barry
I
Davis. Yes. All right.
That tangent is out of the park.
Oh, but dump ching. So this is from Michelle Haken. She's wondering what you've found to be the main challenges to be moving out of the bullpen and into a starting rotation role.
Michelle, come on with that. Jeez. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And Michelle deserves that, by the
Those
way.
kind of questions are probably, I just spit a little.
That's okay.
It's just spitballing here,
That's all right.
Those kind of questions are probably the biggest challenge. See, finally a good question. See, why does he have all the good questions?
Because they come from our listeners and not us.
Yes.
Gosh, I just keep getting hair in my
It's
mouth.
it's covered in autumn.
I would say the biggest challenge besides answering questions about what the biggest challenge is finding the consistency between, we're going to get eerily serious here, finding the consistency between my posture from the stretch and wind up. For someone like me, I had some success, arguably, in the bullpen my first season, just keeping things really simple. And it was a challenge to maintain that kind of simple approach when you become a starter, because you're going back and forth between the windup and stretch. And what I was challenged to do, yes, I've been trying to wrap this up for a while now. What I've been challenged to do is find that kind of efficient adjustment back and forth between the windup and stretch. And some guys are not as susceptible to it. That was something that, for whatever reason, now I'm burping up my shake.
That's okay.
Was a little bit more susceptible to it. Maybe it's because I had to reintroduce in the middle of the season. I hadn't been, practicing it quite as much because I'd been focused on my reliever role. So that's been frustrating because it's taken me longer than I feel like it could have to kind of get in the groove of that. But I feel like I'm making progress, and I hope for her sake and for mine, not necessarily for your guys, but everyone else, that it works out, and it's brings me one step closer to being successful in that role, and one step farther away from Autumn and her hair.
We can't end on a serious question, so I'm gonna leave you.
can.
I'm gonna leave you with this,
We could
because I know
end right now.
I know you're a big Will Ferrell fan. So if you could be one of,
the other way around.
well, yeah, that too. By the way, I did have one question for you from one of our listeners, Jen, who says,
You said one more question.
yes,
Now you're just
but I
throwing
forgot.
them out
Matt
is
there.
called
forgot
an
all about.
addendum.
This
This
is
is
a
called an
very
addendum.
important question. Do you have Jimmy Fallon's number on speed dial? And if so, can you call him now, please?
Yes, he played high school baseball, and his number was 12, so I put it in there. It doesn't reach him, but I have it.
So it's
Nice.
listed. It's under JF12 in your phone. No.
It's not. But
Okay.
good guess.
Okay, that's a solid.
So,
guess.
yeah,
I
if you-
do not have his phone number. He changed phone numbers after I called him back a few times trying to get back on the show, and
So it's
he
like-
got spooked.
You annoying him is like me annoying you.
Yeah. I think that it's like a referred pain kind of thing. Like your pain to me, I pass it along to someone else.
Right.
So whenever he gets mad at me, I just blame you, and
This is-
and basically he's
this is pain
not a big fan
amortization.
of Out of the Park, if you can imagine.
So what Will Ferrell character are you most like?
Well,
You're Frank the Tank,
this
right?
is
Come on.
not- I'm not a huge drinker, although it may, help me in some aspect. And this is actually the most serious answer I would give today. Even more than the starting thing, because I just made that up.
Yep.
People, I think in like literally at least 10 different occasions over the last maybe 5 years of my life, people have told me that I remind them of the
Will Ferrell?
Ferrell's character from Elf.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And it's odd because, like, I'm not going for that. I'm just,
But this just
I
organic,
just have
man.
my emotional issues that
Yep.
that lead to,
Yeah.
whatever I am, for better or worse. But I think it's really kind of fascinating to observe people observing me and then come to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
Like it was not coordinated. It was
Synchronicity,
literally,
For sure.
completely distinct times and people and environments that all were like, you remind me of Will Ferrell from Elf. And I was like, that is very specific.
Yeah.
And it happened like 10 different times over the last couple of years, which is odd. I take it as an 84% compliment at this point.
I was going to say Ricky Bobby, but Elf works.
Yeah, no,
Because you never know what to do with your hands.
I know what to do with them. I was just wiping off some
Autumn.
autumn and some dirt from my really heavy workout that I just did that you guys interrupted me for. So hopefully it doesn't affect my performance negatively like this is affecting my emotional state.
Well, your team is about to take the field, and we probably
I'm
shouldn't
not.
be in here. Well, it's your day off, but
I think that you shouldn't have been in here at any point.
well, we are, and I want to say thank you
welcome.
from the bottom of Matt's heart. I want to thank you.
Not the top, the bottom.
About right.
right about there. Right, yeah, yeah.
And he's really glad that you gave him a hug. He really wanted that
It was
hug.
great. It was a solid hug.
All right.
Do you know how many people were like, get a hug?
I don't
Lots.
really care.
Lots.
Oh,
Lots of
okay.
people.
Well,
All right,
tell
Joe.
me anyway.
Away you go.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's climb.
Skipping rope. Let's
Yes.
go.
Bye, Joe.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Joe.
Love you guys.
Love you too, man.
Where'd that shirt go?
With the shirt.
Trash can right here.
Hey, hey, hey.